The people closest to you are hiding something. We all do it. Every polite colleague, supportive friend, and confident boss is putting on a performance. From childhood, we learn to wear a mask to get what we want, whether that's approval, trust, or love. It's incredibly easy to lie with words, but our bodies leak the truth constantly. Underneath the polite performance, we broadcast our real feelings through tiny physical movements, a kind of second language. If you learn to read the vocabulary of this second language, you gain a massive advantage in almost every relationship and negotiation. Listening only to what people say is a trap. The truth is found by watching the signals people cannot control. In August 1919, a 17-year-old boy named Milton lay in a hospital bed, listening as doctors pulled his mother aside. Thinking he was asleep, they told her he would be dead by morning. Milton survived the night, but polio left him almost completely paralyzed. He could not speak, gesture, or move his limbs. The only things he could move were his eyes. Trapped in silence, Milton began to watch his family. He noticed his mother smiling to comfort him, but her body held a stiff tension that told a completely different story. Her words offered reassurance, but her posture revealed her fear. Month after month, he decoded these physical signals. This intense observation eventually made him one of the greatest psychologists in history and the father of modern hypnotherapy. Reading people is not a magical gift. Milton Erickson learned it because he was forced to stop talking and start observing. You can start reading these signals today by looking for 3 specific types of leaks. The first is like versus dislike. You might see a cold smile where the lips curve up, but the eyes remain empty, or a tiny flash of irritation that vanishes in less than a second. Picture a colleague in a boardroom who agrees with your ideas out loud, but subtly points their feet toward the door and drops their smile the moment you look away. The second category is dominance versus submission. Every interaction has a power dynamic, and the body announces it clearly through physical space, posture, and the speed at which someone speaks. At a family dinner, the person holding authority usually takes up more physical space. The person who feels less secure might shrink their posture, hold their arms tight, and over-apologize. The third category is deception. When someone is being dishonest, they often provide way too much detail in their story, while holding their body unnaturally still to avoid giving themselves away. But be careful. Sometimes people look nervous simply because they are under pressure, not because they are doing something wrong. Don't mistake the stress of the moment for proof of a lie without looking at the bigger picture. These individual signals are just single words in a new language. To become truly fluent, you need to watch for repeated patterns over time, rather than judging someone based on one isolated movement. This diagram shows a flat, steady wave representing a normal, relaxed state. Before spotting a lie, you must know what someone looks like when just being themselves. Once you know their baseline, any sudden shift, like this violently spiking line, reveals a true physical reaction to pressure. To practice this, try the cafe method. Sit in a public place, ignore the conversations, and try to guess how the strangers around you are feeling purely by watching their faces and posture. The final step is watching yourself. When you start to catch your own forced smiles and feel your own body tighten under stress, you realize that you've been broadcasting your feelings as clearly as everyone else. This self-awareness is the bridge. It's how you stop leaking and start deciding how you want to be seen. Reading a book about human nature won't change your life. You have to practice every day. Understanding your own behavior and reading others are 2 sides of the exact same skill. Once you realize how much your body has been leaking, you face a new, conscious choice. You can start being intentional about the signals you send to the world. This is about taking control of your presence. It's the realization that you are always sending signals, whether you mean to or not, so you might as well choose the ones that actually help you reach your goals. The most effective figures in history rarely let their raw emotions spill out unchecked. They were successful because they carefully chose what to show and what to hide, depending on the situation. You don't have to let every passing frustration or moment of anxiety dictate your posture. Because you now know how people are reading you, you can start purposefully directing your own physical performance. Every single person you meet is playing a role. But from now on, you are the one who gets to read the script and direct the play.